This 1 hour total body yoga class is an intermediate flow leading to twisted side crow or Parsvabhakasana. These 1 hour yoga classes are brought to you by our Patreon community. We had over 550 patrons, yes! And then after the first of the month, it went down to 540. But I just want to make it clear, if donating $5 a month puts any financial strain on you, I don't want you to contribute. Enjoy the yoga and feel better. It's always going to be free. Those of you who can't afford a small monthly donation are helping to spread free yoga around the world, and I am truly grateful for your support. We'll begin sitting. I recommend having 1 or 2 blocks handy and a strap. Sit up nice and tall and start to connect in with your breathing. In and out through the nose wherever possible. Let's bring our hands together in front of the heart. We'll start with an affirmation. Say it to yourself. I love myself, for I am a beloved child of the universe, and the universe lovingly takes care of me now. So grab your strap and make your way onto your back. Draw your right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg out, point the toes up. Now circle your right ankle in one direction and the other direction. And then grab that strap, place it onto the ball of your foot, and extend the right leg up. As you extend it up, draw your right hip forward. Holding on the strap any way you like, closer to your foot, further away, doesn't matter. What matters is that you feel a stretch. Reach through the foot, the ball of the foot, and breathe here as we stretch out the hamstrings. Going a little bit deeper if possible for the last couple breaths. And now place your left hand onto your left thigh and hip. As you exhale, open the right leg to the right, but keep the left hip grounded down. Look over the left shoulder, as long as that's okay, on your neck. Continue steady ujjayi breathing in and out through the nose. You might see me breathing through my mouth here and there throughout the video. Unfortunately, I have a sinus infection, so that was hard to breathe through my nose the whole time. Inhale the leg back to center. Exhale, switch hands, take it over to the left and look over the right shoulder. As you're twisting here, try and turn your belly up toward the ceiling. Take just a couple more breaths. And then inhale it back to center. Hold the strap with both hands. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders, or you can hold with one hand. Stretch it a little bit deeper if you can, and release it. Now I'll draw the left knee in. Right leg extends out. Circle the left ankle in one direction. And then reverse it. And then grab your strap again, place it onto the ball of the left foot as you extend the left leg up, stretching out the hamstrings. Again, just hold it anywhere. And if you don't have a strap, you could use a towel or a regular belt. Draw the left hip forward as you stretch out through the leg. Try to straighten the knee if you can, but then keep the leg muscles engaged so you're pressing your quadricep toward your hamstrings. Going a little bit deeper if possible for the last couple of breaths. Make sure to keep the shoulders and jaw relaxed. Now placing the right hand on the right thigh and hip, open the left leg to the left. So the right hand will keep the right hip from popping up, and then look over the right shoulder. We're getting into the inner thigh a little bit, the outer hip. Just warming up our legs, preparing for our 1 hour practice. Inhale, bring the leg to center, switch hands with your strap, and then exhale, twist, bring it over toward the right side, looking over the left shoulder, again, if it's okay with your neck. And best you can, try and turn the belly up toward the ceiling, or toward the sky if you're outside as well. These postures are great for not only stretching out the legs, but also they're really good for digestion. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders and hold for 3 breaths. And 2, keep the belly pulled in and release it. Put that strap off to the side for now. And then draw the right knee in again. This time lift your head and shoulders. Extend the left leg up off the floor. You can hold on to the leg or reach the fingertips forward. That's a little more intense. Pull the belly in, but keep breathing. Now extend the right leg up. Inhale, sit up. Maybe touch the hands behind the leg slowly. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower, but not all the way down. Inhale, last one. Into boat pose, Navasana. Sit up nice and tall. Don't let the upper back or lower back round here. And then slowly, slowly make your way back down. All right, left leg in, hold on to the left shin, lift the head and shoulders off the floor, and lift the right leg off a few inches. And then you can hold the legs a little easier or reach the fingertips forward. If this bothers your neck, you can also cradle your head. Lift the left leg up, inhale, come up, or not. Exhale, lower, but not all the way down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower. Keep the belly lifted. Inhale, come on up again into Navasana. Keep lifting the chest. Shoulder blades relax, jaw relaxes. And breathe. Cross at your shins and roll yourself forward onto the hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. As you inhale, drop your belly. Lift your chin and tailbone up, stretching the belly muscles. Exhale, round the back, press away from the floor, chin toward chest. Again, inhale, bring the chest through, lifting chin and tailbone up. Exhale, pressing away from the floor, pull the belly in as you round the back. And again, inhale to come forward, widen across the collarbones. And then exhale, come to a neutral spine. Extend the right leg back and then lift it up from the inner thigh. Drop the outer hip down. Reach your left arm forward. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, extend. As you exhale, bend the elbow knee, bring them right down the center. Inhale, reach out through the arm and the leg. Drop the outer right hip again. Exhale, pull it in slowly. Inhale and reach. Exhale, draw it in like you're moving through water. Reach out on your inhale. Keep the leg up, keep it straight, tuck the toes under, set it down, draw your left knee into chest. Inhale to plank pose, top of a push-up. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale back to plank. Exhale, lift the hips, come into downward facing dog, and then bicycle the legs. Make sure your arms are shoulders distance, feet are hips width, bend both knees, stretch back. Draw in through the lower belly, pull the ribs in and up. Firm the leg muscles, and then come to table again, and then walk your hands back to make sure your wrists are still under your shoulders and knees are under hips. Extend the left leg back. Inhale, lift it from the inner thigh, drop the outer hip. Right arm forward. Keep the ribs and belly pulling in. Breathe here, stretch through the arm and the leg. Make sure the lower back isn't overarching. And take a long breath in. Exhale, elbow to knee right down the center. Inhale, reach out, extend, drop that left hip again. Exhale, pull it in. And inhale, reach out. And once again, pull it in as you exhale, rounding the back, pull in the belly. Reach out, inhale. Set your right hand down, set the left foot down, toes tucked under, bring the right knee to chest. Inhale to plank, and then exhale, bring the left knee into chest. Inhale to plank. Shift forward, exhale, lower all the way down. Try to have everything touch at once. Untuck the toes, inhale, little cobra, peel the chest up, pull the belly in. Lift your hands and try to stay up as high as you were. Inner thighs are spinning up toward the ceiling. Set the hands back down, stay with cobra or come into up dog, thighs and knees off the floor if you come up, and then back to down dog. Again, make sure arms are shoulders distance, feet are hips width. Press into the base of your fingers as your forearms lift. Arms and ears are in line, gazing between the knees or the feet. And then look forward, bend the knees and step your feet up. Inhale, come halfway up to lengthen. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees here as much as you need. Press through the feet, rise up on your inhale. And exhale, bring the hands down. Come to the top of the mat, finding Tadasana, feet hips width or together. Firm the legs, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hip creases and fold over the legs. On your inhale, come halfway up, lengthen. As you exhale, step to plank. Hug the elbows in through chaturanga. Inhaling to upward facing dog, and then exhaling back into downward facing dog. Make sure you're pressing the weight up toward the hips, down toward the heels. Outer edges of your feet are parallel, so your heels will disappear behind your second toes. Exhale everything out, look up on your inhale, step forward or hop, come halfway up. Exhale and fold in. Press down to rise up on your inhale. And exhale the hands down. And again, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, step or float. If you float, land in chaturanga, shoulders no lower than elbows, please. Then inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, make your way into down dog and breathe here. As you're pressing into the base of the fingers, lifting the forearms, spin your triceps back, the outer upper arms, and your biceps forward, the inner upper arms. Press a little extra into the thumb, first finger side of your hands. And lift your shoulder blades gently toward the waist. Look up, step or hop on your inhale, come halfway up. Fold as you exhale. Press to the feet and rise up, inhaling. And exhale the hands to heart. Again, sweep the arms up, inhale. Fold in, exhale. And look up, lengthen, inhale. Step or float, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, press through the hands and feet, shoulders above wrists. Exhale, stretch into down dog. Usually between up dog and down dog, we don't need to walk our downward dog any shorter. So try to stay with that same length between hands and feet and then stretch a lot. Inhale your right leg back and up. Bend the knee and open up the hip. Stretch back, reaching the left heel down. Now square off the hips and exhale, draw the knee in, pause, shoulders above wrists, and then step it up by the right hand. Take the left knee down. Reach up into low lunge, inhale. Sink forward, but continue to pull the right hip back. Drop your tailbone down, and then bend your elbows, open your chest, sweep the arms around. Inhale, arms up, face the palms front. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the chest. One more time, inhale, stretch up nice and tall. Exhale like you're moving through water. Then take the hands down. Grab a block if you like, left hand to block or floor, right arm up and twist. Keep pulling the right hip back. Try to twist from above your waist. Release that and make your way into plank. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale into up dog or cobra. Exhale back into down dog. Inhale, floating left leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. And then square off your hips. Exhale, draw your left knee in toward your chest. Pause a moment, pulling the belly in and up. Now step the left foot quietly by the left hand. Take the right knee down. Reach up through arrow straight arms. Now try and pull your left hip back, continuing to drop your tailbone down. Face the palms front. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the chest. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale again, bending elbows, opening chest. Once more, inhale, reach up nice and tall. Exhale, bend and open. Take your right hand down to the floor or a block and lift your left arm to twist. Again, continue to pull your left hip back, trying to twist from above your waist. And then release that. Make your way to plank and lower through chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, stretch all the way back. Even out the breath. Remember, you can always take child's pose anytime. Exhale everything out. Step or hop your feet up. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale to fold in. Press down to rise up on your inhale for Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, bring the hands down by the heart. Back to Tadasana. Inhale, bend the knees, come to chair pose. Exhale, belly to thighs, and then straighten the legs. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, press through the hands and feet. Exhale to downward dog. Right foot steps back, heel down, warrior one, one breath up. And then exhale, lower back through chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up. Make sure the shoulders are above the wrists. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot steps back, heel is down for warrior one. And then exhale again through chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up. And exhale, stretch all the way back. Even out the breath so inhales and exhales are equal in length. Make sure to pull up on your kneecaps and firm your leg muscles. Imagine you're holding a block right in between your thighs. Look up, step or hop on your inhale. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the hips back to Utkatasana chair, and then to standing. I'm going to take a crow pose here. So bend the knees, drop the hips, inhale. Exhale, take your hands down, take your knees up towards your armpits, look forward. Shifting the weight forward, maybe one or both feet will come up, just play with that. And then step or hop back and find chaturanga. Inhaling up and exhaling back. And then right foot steps back, heel down again to warrior one, inhale. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, stretch all the way back. Inhale, the left foot steps back, heel is down, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale and lower back down, elbows in, belly lifted. Inhaling up and exhaling back. Again, even out your breath here. Keeping your inhales and exhales equal in length. Draw your front ribs in, pull your belly in and up as you breathe. Pin your outer hips in. And stretch your spine. Look up, exhale everything out. Inhale, step or hop, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, bend the knees, come back into chair pose. And then to stand. Inhale again, Utkatasana. This time we're going to stay and sink in. So sinking lower and lower and lower. Until eventually we're going to sit. You can use your hands to sit or not and find Navasana. Back to our boat pose. Lots of core work today. If your back's okay, lean back, not all the way down, and then inhale, come up. Exhale, hover above the floor. Inhale, lift. If you have back issues, though, stay up. Exhale, lower. Inhale and lift up. Now right leg straight and bend it. Squeeze the knees. Left leg straight and then bend it. Straighten the right leg, rebend it, and then the left leg and bend it. Now both legs if you can, but watch if your back grounds. Keep the knees bent. Release that. Bring your hands by your hips. Pick up your hips, maybe your feet too, and then step or float back through chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhaling back. Right foot steps back, heel down again, Virabhadrasana 1 on an inhale. And then exhale right through chaturanga, 1 long breath. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale back, Adho Mukha. Left foot steps back, heel is down, Virabhadrasana 1. 1 long breath. Then exhale and lower back down. Inhale to press up. And exhale, stretch all the way back. Again, evening out your breath. If you need a break, hit the pause button, take a break. Step your feet about as wide as the mat. Walk your hands back to your feet. We'll come into Malasana, a squat. Make sure your knees and toes track. You can come up higher if lowering all the way doesn't work on your knees. Keep the chest lifted and the spine long. Drop your tailbone down and then right arm down, lift the left arm up and twist, or you can wrap the right arm around the right leg and clasp the left hand behind your back. Roll your top shoulder back as you breathe here. Inhale back to center. Take your left hand down to the floor, right arm up, twist. You can stay with that or wrap it around the leg. Holding onto your hands behind you, or you could hold on to your shirt or use your strap. Try and roll the shoulder heads back and widen your chest. Release, come back to center, and then walk yourself back into downward facing dog. Reconnect with your breath. And then step or hop on your inhale, come halfway up, fold in as you exhale. Bend the knees, drop the hips, inhaling back to chair and to Samastitihi, steady balance. Turn and face the long side of your mat, step your feet out wide, right leg turns all the way out, back toes in. Arms at shoulder height, bend the knee, warrior 2. Make sure the knee is over the ankle and it's tracking right over your middle toes. Lift your chest, allow your shoulder blades to soften toward the waist. Keep pressing into the front heel, drop the back arm and rebend into the front knee for reverse warrior. Then lean forward, right forearm to right thigh, reach the left arm up and over. You can stay right here or reach your right arm forward and do your best to bring your bottom ribs forward, spin your top ribs back as you hold here. Keep the back inner thigh lifted. Inhale back to warrior 2. And then straighten that leg. Bring your feet to parallel. Left leg turns all the way out, back toes in slightly, heel to arch alignment, and then bend the left knee over the ankle. Make sure the back arm's as high as your front arm. Lift and widen through your collarbones. Press through the front heel and press through the outer edge of your back foot, but then draw your outer back ankle up. Drop your left arm reverse, that's your right arm. Inhale, come up, lean forward, left forearm to left thigh, reach the right arm over. And then option to reach your left arm forward off that leg and holding. It's challenging, I know. Keep bending that front knee so it's over the ankle. And then back to warrior 2 on your inhale. And straighten the leg, bring your feet to parallel, hands on hips. Open the chest, look up, inhale. Hinge from the hips forward, exhale. Look up, lengthen on your inhale, and then reach forward with the crown of the head as you exhale. Lift the shoulders up toward the waist. Start to firm your outer hips and your inner thighs toward one another and make sure the legs are active. So still firming the leg muscles. Shift the weight slightly toward the balls of the feet. Look up on your inhale. Hands to hips, exhale, and all the way up, inhale. Arms at shoulder height, inhale, step or hop together, exhale, come to the front of the mat. Back to Tadasana, noticing the shift in the energy in the body. Inhale, sit back again to chair pose. Exhale and fold in. Inhale, look up to lengthen. Exhale, stepping or floating back, chaturanga. Inhale, press up through the hands and feet. Exhale, back to plank, extra chaturanga, and then to downward facing dog. Inhale, floating the right leg up with level hips. Exhale, hover it forward, knee toward nose, and then step it up by the right hand. Come on up to crescent. Reach up through the arms, bend the back knee, and hold here. Lift your hip points towards your lower ribs. Just holding here. We want to keep our hips as low as they are and then straighten the back leg. And then inhale, bend it maybe a little deeper. Keep the hips as low as they are. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, maybe as deep as you can go. And then exhale, straighten that leg. Bring the hands down, chaturanga. Inhaling to press up. And exhaling, stretch back. Left leg lifts on an inhale, lift it from the inner thigh. And exhale, hover it forward. Pause here, pull in the belly, pull in the ribs, and then step it up by the left hand. Stay on the ball of the back foot as you rise up into crescent. Bend the right knee and hover it above the floor. Drop your butt bones down, lift your belly up. Keep the hips low, straighten the leg. Inhale, bend the knee maybe a little bit deeper if you can. Keep the hips low, straighten it, exhale. Inhale, bend it as much as you can comfortably. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, and as you exhale, come to plank, step the feet together. Roll to the pinky toe side of the right foot, lifting the left arm up. Try to bring your left hip a little bit forward. Pull the belly in. Come back to plank. Feet together. Squeeze the legs, go to the left side. Reach the right arm up. You can always take the bottom knee down for more support. Lengthen sitting bones to heels. Stretch up through the top arm. And then back into plank. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhaling to up dog. Stretch back to down dog on your exhale. Even out the breath again. Keep pressing the weight up toward the hips and down toward the heels. Spin the inner thighs back and keep the legs firm. Look up, inhale, step or hop. Exhale and fold. Inhale, bend the knees, drop the hips back to chair pose, and then to standing samastitihi. I'm going to do a little balancing. So ground down through the left leg and pick up your right leg and just hold onto your shin. If at any time it becomes too much, just come back to this position. Now extend the right leg out, reach both arms up, keep shoulders above hips. So without touching the right foot to the floor, we're going to sweep it back, start to lift it from the inner thigh and keep the arms reaching forward. Drop the outer hip and then step that foot down to crescent. Make sure your left knee is over your ankle. Pull the left hip back, hover over that leg, return to warrior three, lifting the right leg up, dropping the hip down without touching the foot to the floor if you can. Bring the leg through. Right where we started. We're going to do it one more time. So sweeping it back, warrior three, drop the outer right hip. Start to bend your left knee so that you can step onto the ball of the right foot to crescent. Make sure the left knee's over the ankle, pull the hip back. Bend the knee and then straighten the back leg. Hover over the thigh. Lift that right leg up again, drop the outer hip. Without touching it to the floor, bring it through, hold it up, and then release it. All right, grounding down through the right leg. Now we'll hug the left knee into chest. So again, if any of this is too much, stay right here. It's good for balance, good for strength. And then extend the left leg forward if you're going to. Drop the outer hip down, shoulders above hips. Lean forward, extend the left leg back, drop the outer left hip down. Begin to bend the right knee, come onto the ball of the left foot, crescent. Make sure the right knee is over the ankle, stretch up tall through the arms. Then hover forward, push off of the back leg back to warrior three, drop the outer hip, and then sweep it through, come back to where you started. Hold the leg up, drop the outer hip down, sweep it back, start to lift it up from the inner thigh, dropping the outer hip here, warrior three. Bending the right leg, come onto the ball of the back foot for crescent. Make sure right knee's over ankle, bend the back knee, and straighten it. Hover over the leg, pick up that leg again, warrior three. And then without touching it if possible, extend the leg forward. And then release. Good work. Back to Tadasana. Inhale, look up, lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold forward. Come halfway up as you inhale. Step or float back, finding Chaturanga. Inhale into upward dog or cobra, always your choice. And then back to down dog. Right leg lifts on an inhale. As you exhale, again, hover it for a moment. Press away from the floor. Step it all the way up. Heel to arch for warrior two. Lift the chest. Then reverse your warrior. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Keep reversing, now straighten the right leg. Stay for your exhale, then come up for triangle. Shorten the stance if you like. Hinge from your hip, reach out and down. Hand on block is always nice in this one. Keep pressing into the base of the big toe of your right foot. Reach your left arm forward, sweep it down in front of you, take it behind your back. Rest it there or hook it onto the thigh if you can. We're going to move into half moon in a moment. You can keep the half rep if you're able to. You can always let it go. Look down, pick up your block, take it in front of you, and then float the back leg up. Make sure that your wrist is under your shoulder. Roll the top shoulder back if you still have that bind. Now, release the bind, look down to the floor, and bring both hands to the block. Drop the outer hip down, lift up into warrior three here with level hips, and then back to crescent pose. Reach up nice and tall. Bring hands to heart center, lean forward, hook your left arm across. As you inhale, create length through your spine. As you exhale, pull your right hip back and twist. If you want to go deeper, left hand to the floor, right arm up. Keep breathing here in your twist. Remember to try and twist from above your waist. Release. Back to plank, lower chaturanga. Inhaling to up dog and back to down dog, exhale. And then we'll inhale. Floating the left leg back and up from the inner thigh. Exhale, hover it forward, shoulders over wrists. Step it right in the middle of the hands, spin the back heel down, line up heel to arch, warrior two. Make sure the knee is right over those middle toes. Keep it there whenever the knee's bent. And reverse your warrior. Exhale, bend into the left knee. Inhale, keep reversing, straighten the left leg. Stay for your exhale. Come on up. Set up for triangle. Hinge from your hip crease. Reach, reach, reach out, and then take it down. Stretch up through the right arm. Press into the big toe mound of the left foot. Draw the left sitting bone under you. Stretch forward with the top arm. Sweep it down. Take it behind your back, or take it all the way around to hook it onto the thigh. Roll the top shoulder back. Remember, if you can't hold the half wrap for half moon pose, it's totally okay to let it go. Look down, bend the knee, take the block forward about 12 inches or so. Float the back leg up. Lengthen your sitting bone towards your heel. Reach the crown of your head forward. Now release that hand. Take it down, square off your hips, and then hands to heart center. Lift the shoulder heads for warrior 3, and slowly into crescent pose. Stretch up through the arms. Pull the ribs and belly in. Hands to heart center. Lean forward. Take the right arm across and twist. As you inhale, again, create length through the spine. As you exhale, maybe twist a little deeper. If you want to go deeper, right hand can come to the floor, left arm up. Continue to draw the left hip back, drop it down, and try to twist from above your waist. Release that. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale through up dog. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Again, stretching back here, even out the breath. Take a break if you need it. Just another breath. Exhale it out. Step or hop. Inhale, halfway lift. And fold on your exhale. Inhale, press through the feet and rise up. And exhale the hands to heart. Inhale again, bend the knees, drop the hips to chair pose. Bring the hands down, again taking knees toward armpits for Bakasana. Keep your gaze forward, try and round the upper back a little, pull the ribs and belly in and up. Take the feet up if they will come up, and then you'll either step or float to chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, stretch back. Right leg lifts on an inhale. Exhale, hover it. And inhale, step it up by the left hand. Stand the ball of your back foot again for crescent. Now straighten the front leg, walk your back foot in a little bit, line up heel to heel. Left arm up, exhale, reach forward. Take it to the block on the little toe side of the foot if you can. Pull the right hip back and then reach your right arm up. Try and keep your hips level here. Squeeze your outer hips and your inner thighs. Lift your pelvic floor muscles. Imagine you're holding a block between the inner thighs. Now looking down, pick up your block, take it over to the left side of your mat and float the right leg up. Lift the right arm, drop the outer right hip down. This is twisted half moon. Keep reaching through the crown of the head and through the back foot. Take another breath here and then slowly make your way back, chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up, and exhale, stretching back. Left leg lifts on an inhale, level hips. Exhale, hug the knee in, hover. Step it by the left hand, come into crescent pose just for a breath. Reaching up. Now walk the back foot in, take the foot flat, get your block, take it on the little toe side of the left foot if you can. Right arm up, reach forward, hand to block, pull the left hip back, and reach the left arm up. As you inhale, continue to try to create length from your belly button through the crown of your head. As you exhale, press down on the block and use your belly muscles to twist your torso. Keep the breath steady. Now bend the front knee a little, pick up that block, take it to the right side of the mat. Lift the right leg up, point the toes straight to the floor. Stretch up through the left arm. Try and keep the hips level so that right hip wants to lift up, drop it down. Stretching, stretching back, stretching forward with the crown of the head. And then slowly just step your feet together this time. And take a forward fold. Make sure your feet are hips width apart. Grab your elbows and hang. You can gently rock side to side if you like. And then from here, we're going to come into a squat. So bend the knees. We're going to practice Bakasana. I'm going to start just in the middle of the mat. Bring your right arm across and glue it to your right knee and your left elbow to your hip. You can either keep it connected or you can lift it away. Lean forward enough so that your feet start to get lighter. You can practice there, or you can practice bottom leg forward, top leg back if you want to split the legs. And then make your way back. Now we're going to turn and face the other direction and do the other side. So now bring your left arm across and right elbow to hip, or you can bring it off to the side. It's a little more difficult. Lean the weight forward enough so that you can pick your feet up. Keep the head up as well. Stay there, or bottom leg forward, top leg back. Keep breathing as best you can, and then back to center. We're going to play with Parsvabhakasana one more time in a moment. In a different way. We're going to come to plank, exhale through chaturanga, inhale pressing up, and exhale to downward facing dog. Stretch back here, even out your breath. Now right leg lifts on an inhale. Exhale, hover it. Inhale, step it up by the hand. Stay on the ball of the back foot again. Come on up to crescent. Now bring hands to the heart. Lean your torso forward. Bring your left arm across and twist. So from here, in a moment, we're going to reach the hands down and see if we can find that split leg twisted crow from here. I know it sounds crazy. Bring the hands down, leaning forward enough so that your legs start to come up. You make a little shelf with your elbows. The elbows have to be bent. Not a graceful exit, but I'm still working on that. Chaturanga, inhaling up, exhaling back. I think I need a better exit from that posture. I'll have to figure something out. Inhale your left leg up, exhale, hug it in. Then step it up. Stand the ball of the back foot. Come on up into your crescent pose. Make sure the knees over the ankle. Hands to heart. Lean forward. Hook the right arm across to twist. Widen the chest. Pull the belly in. Pull the left hip back. We're going to lean forward enough so hands come down. Lean, lean, lean forward so the legs will start to come up. Keep the belly strong, keep reaching through the legs, and then set it back down to a landing that's less than pretty. Chaturanga, inhale, pressing up, and exhale to downward facing dog. And then looking forward, we'll come through and sit and grab a block, have it handy by your side. This would be the time you could push the pause button and practice those twisted crow poses some more if you want to. Otherwise, we're moving forward into bridge. Line up your heels underneath your knees and lift up into bridge. Roll the shoulders under, maybe interlace the fingers. Spiral your thighs in toward each other. Keep your neck long and lengthen your sitting bones toward the backs of your knees. Keep lifting through the chest. And then lower down. Soles of feet together, knees apart, hand on your heart center, hand on the belly. Think of 3 things that you are grateful for today. Say them out loud or say them to yourself. We'll come back into another bridge pose, or if you take Urdhva Dhanurasana, bring your hands up by your ears. Come onto the crown of the head first. Line up your wrists and your elbows. Make sure elbows are parallel, and then come up. Point the toes in slightly toward each other. Keep spiraling the thighs in, lengthening sitting bones toward backs of knees, and pressing the chest in the opposite direction. To come down, chin toward chest first, lower slowly. And then soles of feet together, knees apart, breathing into your hand and your at the heart center and belly, setting out your intention whatever your heart's desire is, create that intention that you already have it. And now grab your block and place it at the base of your spine. And we'll take supported bridge. As we breathe here, just let the breath even out. Keep the neck nice and long and still spiral the thighs in toward each other. Now bring the knees in toward the chest, extend the legs up. It's a variation of Viparita. It's very good to take the legs up, head lower than heart. It's good for the nervous system and for everything to take it down a notch from our kind of vigorous practice today. I was sweating, I can tell you that. Bring the knees in, set the feet down, remove the block, and then hug your knees into your chest and gently rock yourself here side to side. Give your low back a nice little massage. And then begin to roll back and forth up and down the spine. Take a couple rolls, 2 or 3, and come up to seated. Extend the legs in front of you. Pull the toes back, but make sure the heels stay down. Reach up on your inhale. Hinge from the hips, come forward. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Keep it nice and long as you extend in Paschimottanasana. Again, pulling the toes back will also help to keep the legs firm. It's important to engage the muscles as we stretch opposing muscles. So engage your hamstrings. And then inhale, relax the shoulders, release the jaw, gaze at your feet, come halfway up, and release. Take soles of feet together, knees apart. Holding the feet, sit up tall on your inhale, hinge from your hip creases. Again, with a nice long spine, come forward. So instead of letting your back round, the challenge is to lead with your chest and keep length. Inhale, make your way up and take your legs wide for Upavista Konasana. Point the toes and knees up toward the ceiling. Bring the right hand in front of the right foot, left arm up. If you can take it over, but roll your torso open toward the ceiling. So instead of letting yourself round forward, try to get that nice side stretch. I always like this stretch. Inhale back to center. Now bring your left hand inside of your left leg, right arm up. You can stay right there or sweep it across, reaching for the foot or the ankle. And then bottom ribs come forward. Roll your top ribs back as if you're trying to turn and face the ceiling with your belly button. Inhale back to center. Bring your hands behind you, sit up nice and tall. If you have a good stretch here, then stay. Otherwise, bring the hands in front and exhale to come forward. Keep the toes and knees pointed up. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Try and squeeze your outer hips in towards center and make sure your leg muscles are engaged. And keep your spine as long as you can. Inhale, lift your head and walk yourself up. Bring your feet together again in Baddha Konasana. Make sure you have nothing behind you in case you happen to roll back. Take your first 2 fingers, wrap them around your big toes, and sit up. Balancing on your sitting bones, lift your chest. Exhale, extend the right leg out to the right. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, extend the left leg out to the left. Inhale, bring it back to center. Use your belly muscles to stabilize you. Exhale, both legs out. Try and balance. Sometimes you might roll onto your back. That's why I want to make sure there's nothing behind you. Bring them back together. Still sitting up. Exhale, extend the legs out again. And now keep them up there and touch your palms. Keep the legs up, keep the chest lifted, keep the spine long. Grab your toes again. Hopefully your legs didn't fall. And then now bring your feet together for one last little boat pose. Lift the chest and cross the ankles, step or float back, chaturanga. Inhale, press through the hands and feet, and exhale to downward dog. Now we'll give our hips a nice stretch. In a moment, just down dog for now. Breathing, enjoying, loving down dog. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale for pigeon. Now, if pigeon hurts your knee at all, I want you to roll onto your back instead. Take right ankle past left knee for thread the needle. If your knee is good, make sure your hips are level. Don't roll onto the right hip. Prop it up with a block or a pillow or something so hips stay level. You can stay up or you can come forward. Your choice. Breathe here. Release any tension you might be holding in your shoulders or your jaw. And just release into that right hip. And inhale, make your way up, tuck your back toes, and stretch your right leg out. Just give it a little stretch, and then set it down, and inhale the left leg up, and exhale, bring it forward for pigeon. And even if the right leg was fine, if your left knee hurts you, take the alternate pose, please. Again, make sure your hips are level, so if you're rolling onto that left hip, prop it up with something. And make your way forward, or you can stay up. So this posture can be your favorite, and you might love to just sink in and stay. But some of you, it might be your least favorite, and you might feel uncomfortable. Either way, do your best to stick with your breath and release tension. Come on up on your inhale, tuck your toes, stretch out your left leg, give it a good stretch, and then set it down. One last down dog. And looking forward, come back to seated, stepping or hopping, and we'll come onto our backs. So leaning back, and keep the knees bent, feet on the floor. Pick up your hips, take them over to the right, knees to the left, and you can cross the right knee on top of the left if you want a deeper twist. And look over the right shoulder unless it bothers your neck. Come back to center. Hips over to the left, knees to the right. You can cross the left knee on top of the right if you want a little deeper twist. And look over the left shoulder. Try and turn the belly up toward the ceiling for your twist. And then come back through center. Hug the knees in one last time. Lengthen your sitting bones toward the floor. And then release that, coming into Shavasana. Let your feet flop open, your arms by your sides, the palms facing up. While you're settling in, I have our quote. It's from an unknown author again. I'm having a lot of these lately. You are good enough, smart enough, beautiful enough, strong enough. Believe it, and stop letting insecurity run your life. Now rest. I'll be back shortly. Before we conclude our practice, as you're lying here, I'm going to do just a little pranayama practice, breathing into the belly and then into the chest, to the rib cage and then into the chest. I'll remind us to keep our breath long, so take a comfortable inhale and a comfortable exhale. Now inhale, breathe into the belly. Pause. Inhale, breathe into the rib cage and pause. And inhale, bring it all the way up to the chest, the shoulders, hold it in. And then smoothly exhale until you're empty of breath. Then pull the belly in, and we'll do it again. Inhale, just the belly with breath and hold. Inhale, expand through the rib cage all the way around with breath and hold. Inhale, take it all the way to the chest and the shoulders, sip it in and hold. And then smoothly exhale the breath. Bottom of the exhale, draw the belly in and up. One more time, inhale, fill the belly with breath, expand, hold it. Inhale more, filling through the rib cage, front, back, sides. And then inhale, even more breath all the way through the chest, the shoulders, to the top of your torso. Hold it in, and then let it go. Slowly, completely draw the belly in at the bottom of your exhale. Now start to make movements in your fingers, your toes, your hands, your feet. Stretch out through your arms and your legs. Nice long stretch. And then bend the knees, roll yourself to your right side. Pause and thank yourself for taking your practice today. Good work. Press yourself up to seated. Sit nice and tall, shins crossed, hands together in front of the heart. Let's bring the hands to the forehead to remind us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands back to the heart center, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. And the hands to the mouth to remind us to have clear and loving communication, sending this positive energy out To all beings everywhere, namaste. The light in me loves the light in you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to push the subscribe button and the little notification bell and hit the like button. And I have a teacher training coming up, yoga teacher training. It's a 100-hour immersion based on the subtle body, so the chakras and all kinds of fun subtle body energy practices. And I would love for you to join me at September 10th in Dana Point, California. If you go to fightmasteryoga.com, you can find information, or go to fightmasteryoga.com/YTT, and you can enter your email and get all kinds of info. Bye.